have some breaking news right now because moments ago, the U.S. State Department is accusing China of a massive illegal spying operation and ordering Beijing to close this consulate that you see in Houston. China now threatening to retaliate. CNN's David Culver is live in Beijing with this breaking news. What have you learned, David?
Allison, we know tensions between the U.S. and China have been rising over the past months. I can tell you this is now putting it at a whole new level. This escalates things rapidly. In fact, Chinese Foreign Ministry is saying that this will sabotage U.S.-China relations. Let me show you some of these images out of Houston right now. This is the Chinese consulate down there. And as you reported there, it's scheduled to be closed now by orders of the United States State Department. The Chinese are not happy with this, but the U.S. State Department is releasing a statement explaining why they're going about this. I'm going to read you that statement here, or at least part of it. They say the People's Republic of China has engaged for years in massive illegal spying and influence operations throughout the United States against U.S. government officials and American citizens. These activities have increased markedly in scale and scope over the past few years. Now, they go on to accuse China of interfering in domestic U.S. politics as well. A significant accusation there. So what is China doing in response? I'm going to play you a little bit from the Foreign Ministry and the spokesperson there who addressed it just a few hours ago. Take a listen.
On July 21st, the U.S. abruptly demanded that China's consulate general in Houston cease all operations and events. It is a political provocation unilaterally launched by the U.S. side, which seriously violates international law, basic norms governing international relations, and the bilateral consular agreement between China and the U.S. China strongly condemns such an outrageous and unjustified move, which will sabotage China-U.S. relations.
All right, John, we have seen in recent months this back and forth between the U.S. and China, and the U.S. issuing sanctions against Chinese officials, and in dealings with stripping Hong Kong, for example, of its special trade status because of the national security law that was imposed there, with Xinjiang in the far western region and alleged human rights abuses going on there, rising tensions in the South China Sea. All of these, though, may not even rise to the level of this most recent move. Because the Chinese, while they've responded with similar sanctions, they've usually just had a rhetoric going against the U.S. This may now result in significant action on their part. Already in state media, we're seeing calls for China to respond by doing something similar, like closing a U.S. consulate. There are 5 U.S. consulates here in the mainland, 1 in Hong Kong. So it's possible, and Reuters is suggesting it may be the one in Wuhan, but it's possible that could be the next step from the Chinese side. But it is very likely that they will respond to this in some manner, John.
Yeah, needless to say, we are watching that very closely over the course of the morning. David Culver, we're lucky to have you there. Please keep us posted on this breaking news.